Hey guys, it's Young Skeleton here again. In today's video, I wanted to make about the Final Fantasy Tactics units. I'm just gonna again talk about each one of them, maybe think about future Final Fantasy Tactics units that I want or that may come. I want to talk about both, and yeah, just make a retrospective, like a look back on them and which ones I think are the best. But I think that each of these has a special title that can be given to them. First of all, let's talk about the man of the hour, Orlando. Orlando is a really powerful character, and as much as I don't think he's overpowered or anything, I think that like, there are definitely people that downplay him. That there are definitely people that say, "Oh no, Orlando sucks. You can just counter him." But honestly, that's the case with any unit. I don't think that there's a single unit that's impossible to counter. Uh, so yeah, I like Orlando. I don't have him. I don't regret not having him. But he's definitely a very useful unit to have. Like he has a defense break, and that's a very powerful defense break. He he has like crazy range and amazing damage. You can brute force like anything with him, and oops, and like people try to make raids with him, like even when when like he's not a good unit, he can still be used. Like him, Gilgamesh, Rain, and Venera are like him, Gilgamesh, Rain, Venera are four units that I think you can do like almost any raid with them, just because of how how insane they are. Like Orlando and Gilgamesh, just because they have like the defense breaks, they're they're very useful to have. Rain has a fire resist break, which is also useful to have, and in a holy shit, and a three hit combo. So like those attributes make the raid sort like these units very easy. And oh, there was something else that I wanted to talk about Orlando. Let me see if I can remember. Oh yeah, he has 20% like base slash resistance, so he's a unit that's very easy to like to build slash defense slash resistance into. He's okay against Leishella, but he's weak to pierce damage, and pierce resistance is not really easy to build. Same thing with water resist, like it's not really easy to build that. But in any case, like he is a very useful unit, a very strong unit, and one that I definitely think people like. It's way too extreme. People are usually sleeping on him, like oh he sucks, or people like just completely blow him out of proportion, like saying he's overpowered and the best unit in the game. And yeah, him and Medina specifically, like those two units, are two units that whenever a new unit comes out, they're always talking about how these two are power crept. Like Orlando comes, a new sword user comes, dude, Orlando's done. He's power crept. This new guy is gonna completely like substitute him. Like it was like that with Super Stern. Forgive me. I remember seeing people say that he's power crept with Zombie Raryu, and who else? There was another guy that came that uh, like power crept him between like giant quotation marks. But anyway, like, and the same thing with Medina. Whenever a new mage comes out, people are always like, "Oh, Medina's power crept. You don't like Medina's shit now. She sucks." But that's not really the case, dude. I still use my Medina like, and have a lot of success with her in arena. I it's just like Cabbage always says, you can always use other units. Like, uh, it's not just because a new counter for them came out or because a new unit that does similar things to them came out. It doesn't mean that you have to stop using the old unit. Like, oh yeah, also every time a new Earth unit comes out, Orlando's done, dude. Like, okay, you never see Orlando again because there's just, oh, this new Earth unit is just so powerful. Like, that's not really true. Okay, chill out, guys. Orlando's not going anywhere, like anytime soon. Okay? So let's talk about the next Final Fantasy Tactics unit that I think is still relevant too, but like for another reason. Ramzan, he, in my opinion, is still relevant just because of how versatile he is. And I think that in PvE, he is just so strong. Let's like first of all, he uses both armor like and cloth. Same thing, hat and helm. Orlando cannot use armor or helms. He can only use cloth and hats. And like Ramza has like his CMR is not really as good as Orlando's, but he has like a skill that is so strong. Shout. This skill is so good. And he, in my opinion, is not the best attacker for any situation, but he is like one, like especially a slasher. Like he is the most versatile slasher that you can have in this game because he can buff. He's tanky for magic. He's tanky for physical damage, and he has good agility, good movement, and he can also like chain extremely well. He has, in my opinion, the strongest chaining attack in the game, maybe only tying with Reigns, and that is triple blow. Is it triple blow? Yeah, triple blow. It is so strong. It has such a high modifier for a like a move with three attacks. And the only reason why he's not like as good as he is in like as good as Rain is for raids is because he does not have a like any sort of break or a slash break or light break or defense break. But still, he has like slight slash attack. He has fuck this shit, and he has like these magic attacks that he can use to attack like enemies with high defense. And in case of enemies with high resistances, instead of like defense or spirit, he can use Koton to bypass the damage. He can also counter evasion units with Decider of Fate. He can also be an okay evasion unit with Utsusemi. Utsusemi, sorry. His limit burst is also a magic attack that always hits. So again, another attack to counter evasion units and to go around resistances and high defense. So Ramza manages to remain useful even though he's not like the strongest at anything just because of shout in my opinion and triple blow. Like those two skills are so versatile. Like the fact that you can always bring him like to a mission and he'll have like the good attack bonus. It's just it's just a lot. You know, there are not a lot of units that do this. There are, however, a few TMRs that do this, namely, uh, what's it, Kaleido Moon, which is actually kind of better than Shout, and also there's a Cecil's TMR that's coming out soon. The problem with those, oh yeah, and also Miranda's TMR. It also has a very similar ability to Shout. The problem with those abilities is that Uh, like, I mean, not really a problem, but the difference is that they're not tied to a unit. You can just put them in any unit that you want, and Ramza, like you have to use Ramza to use Shout. Like most of the times, I don't think that's a good deal, but in PvE maps, like certain types of maps where your group is divided into, or maybe you don't have like any of those DMRs. Ramza is just incredibly useful just for that because the buff is very significant. He is probably getting stronger like when Cecil comes out, but we'll have to see. Uh, when Sakura comes out, I'm pretty sure that very he'll be very much buffed in a indirect way. And when Cecil comes out, he'll be like the same type of unit. Cecil and Ramza are really similar that in the fact that they're both light units with good attacks. Cecil has strike attacks, Ramza has magic attacks, and they're both like focused on their support, but they can also deal a lot of damage. So it's not an archetype that's going anywhere soon. Again, just like Orlando, Ramza, he doesn't really have to go anywhere soon. You can still use him like way ahead into the game. If you watch JP Arena videos, you can see that some people still use him and have good success. So let's talk about the unit that I think is the strongest of the Final Fantasy Tactics units, and that's Agrius. I think Agrius, she is kind of like Ramza, but like, how do I say this? Like, I think she can do anything in this game, dude. The only thing that she doesn't have is a resistance or defense break. She doesn't have that, right? Or am I bugging? I'm sorry, I should have looked at this before, huh? Oh, she does have a break. Look at this. Like, she is just so incredibly like versatile. She can deal a lot of damage, she can deal status effects, she can tank exceptionally well, and like the support that she grants to other units with buffs, I'm sorry, with buffs like Talisman, Recess Royal Guard, like it's just so insane. Like she can punish people for like not building slash resist because if you're fighting a like versus a team of Agrius and I don't know Miranda, no, not Miranda. Let's think about someone else, Ildira and Medina, and you don't bring slash resist, Agrius will deal a lot of damage to your party because her damage is like nothing to like ignore. Like Judgment Blade, let's look at this modifier. It's so incredibly high. And if you're really fighting her with a team full of high faith characters, she will just status effect you. Uh, she has also like, uh, oh yeah, the full break and I believe in you. Also like amazing abilities, Royal Guard protection, and she also can use like Paladin for uh, Taunting Blade if you don't want to use Valve's Love because I think Valve Love is really strong, so I don't know why you wouldn't use it. But I mean, maybe you really need another card. But yeah, she does not have Immortal Spirit because I think that will be completely broken. And Cleric, dude, let's just ignore this shit. But yeah, look, she can cause confusion with a very high chance, and then like lower chances here, but like stop, silence, disable. Like those are just so powerful. If you hit someone with like stop or disable, battle's over. And again, Judgment Blade just has such a strong modifier that okay, maybe you don't stop someone, but you'll kill them. Like this is so good against rain. This is so incredibly powerful against rain. And another thing, like that helps Agrius stay on top, is the fact that she has no counter. Like she does not have a direct counter yet. Her only direct counter, we'll talk about him soon. Spoiler alert, it's the Lita. Like, okay, she has minus 10% pierce resist. Like, who cares? The only character that that could exploit this is Glaciella, and I don't think she's as popular in global as she's in JP. So right now, like, if you built Agrius in global, and a lot of people did, she's a very popular character. Like you're just like stomping on people, I think. She has like small slash resist, but it's like it's something to consider it. She has 20% magic resist and also 6 defense and 6 spirit, and she can, if you like run her as a paladin, I'm pretty sure, yeah, she has sentinel and she has saintly wall. So I mean, she can just do anything. I think she is, in my opinion, the strongest Final Fantasy Tactics unit. Like, no doubt about it. Like, her only real oh, well, actually, I just thought of Elday, but no one uses him. Her counters, like her real counters, like the fire units that like can just burst through her, are not really common, which are Elday and Delita. And well, as I said, I think Glaciella can also be good against her, but it's not the same thing. She does not have like this weakness is like is not as exploitable as some other weaknesses. Well, soon. Well, let's talk about the leader first, and then I'll talk about other units that can counter her in the future. Well, no, actually, let's put it out there. Soon there will be a few units that can counter her better, namely Luartha and I don't know the punching guy, the fire punching guy. But until then, like her best counter is probably the Lita, which is a limited unit that you can't build anymore. But let's talk about him because I think he is really underappreciated. In global, he I'm pretty sure he's more popular in global than he was in JP. But yeah, he's also like really versatile. Not as much as Ramza, but just the fact that he can wear both types of armor, I think that already adds a lot to him. Let's check his stats. Again, he is like his stats are similar to Ramza's, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 15, 15, 15, and minus 10. He is even weaker, and he has like a minus 5 here and a bit of resistance here. Uh, Yeah, he has worse resistances than Ramza, but but like he has like way higher damage, and he has a skill that I think is really hard to like not talk about, and it's meditate. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's probably down here. Yeah, meditate. Like this skill coupled with Jesus bells or Odoa's apron, I think is so powerful. I think that if you have like him with Jesus, not Jesus bells, with Odoa's apron, and a map that allows you to use both, I think he becomes such a strong unit, such a hard carry because his damage is insane. Again, he has Judgment Blade just like Agrius, but most of the time you won't be running him with High Faith. But he also has, where is it? I think this is wrong, but yeah, he has Crush Accessory, which is really strong, and Karma Blade. Like, I think this is so insanely strong. If you manage to hit someone with Karma Blade, they're fucking screwed. Yeah, like his counter abilities, he has Paladin's Guard to help him survive. He has like self-sacrifice and increased AP, move +1, and Holy Knight's protection. Like I know I think he can be used both as a tanky as and as a glass can, and he is good as both. I'm not sure if he's a good de defense unit in guild battle, but I think that in arena and attacking, he's just as strong as anyone else. Has good agility from his board stats, and I I don't know, dude. I just think that people sleep on him. Like the fact that he can destroy Agrius so easily is nothing to ignore. And even now, especially now again, because of the Exorcist card and the Aigayan card, which is coming out fairly soon, I believe. I really think that Delita is slept on. Um, when Final Fantasy Tactics comes out again, I will probably build him or Agrius. Uh, it's a similar situation to Final Fantasy IV, where I'm constantly thinking, nah, I want to build Kain, nah, I want to build Rosa. Every time I look at them, I think, okay, no, I'm actually gonna build Delita, and then okay, no, I'm actually gonna build Agrias, and, and yeah. But I really like both, and look, he has like even more attack. Like his damage is just insane. It, another thing that doesn't really help him is the fact that he is destroyed by Eldira. Like she came right after him, and like he does not have the same range as Orlando. So like a unit like Eldira that can just wreck him from so far away, and he has no chance to react, really puts a stop on his plans. Also, uh, Glaciella is a problem because even though he has good pierce resistance, again, that is not easy to build. So you're not really gonna see him him I don't know, like countering Glaciella by building a lot of pierce resistance. It's gonna get a bit easier with a future update where they introduce the pierce resistance accessory. I think it's called the Elven Cape. But until then, like Glaciella is also gonna wreck him. But yeah, this is my impression, like my ramble, my rant on the Final Fantasy Tactics units. I hope you guys found it entertaining, and I don't know. Let me know in the chat who in the chat. Sorry, I'm used to streaming. Let me know in the comments below, like who do you think is the strongest Final Fantasy Tactics unit? Who's your favorite? Who did you build? I don't know. I only built Ramza. I don't regret him. I I wish I don't like regret not building Delita or Agrias just because I was saving for Ildira and I do not regret Ildira. She's so strong. But yeah, uh, I wish I had money to spare and build one of them. I think I would have built Delita back then, but well, that's not important. I don't know, just let me know who do you guys like, who do you guys build, if you regret missing on someone, if you, I don't know, if you regret building someone. I think that's really hard, but I don't know, just talk to me. This is gonna be the end of the video. I hope to see you guys soon. I do not know what I want to talk about in the next video. I don't know if you somehow found my videos and you want to let me know like something that you want me to talk about. Just drop down a comment. See ya.